Hello everyone! Today's video, I'm going to walk you through the project for my web programming lab report. I've created two basic web page using only HTML, a personal biodata page, and an account registration form. Well, look at the output in the browser and then dive into the code to see how it was all put together. This is a great example for anyone just starting with HTML. So let's get started. Alright, so this is the first page. It's a simple biodata page. As you can see, it has a title, a section for my personal identity with a photo and some details, a section for my hobbies, and finally, a table for my educational history. Now, let's look the code that makes this program works. It's all standard HTML. Here is the head section. I've set a character set and viewport for responsiveness. I also added a simple style tag. This is called internal CSS. I use it to give the table headers, the th element, a pink background color, which you saw on the final page. Moving down the body, we start with an H1 for the main title biodataku. For the identitas diri or personal identity sections, I've used an image tag to display my photo and set it width to 15%. Below that, I use an unordered list or UL to list my name, student ID, and the other details. An ordered list create this bullet point. Next, for the hobbies, I use an ordered list or OL. This is automatically creates a number list, perfect for items that have a sequence. Throughout here, it just lists two. My hobbies, reading and watching movie. Finally, the most structured part is the riwayat pendidikan or educational. Finally, the most structured part in the riwayat pendidikan or education history. For this, I use a table element. A table is made of row or tier. The first row contains the table headers to define the column. The subsequent row contain the actual table data, which fills in the information of each level of my education. And that's it for the first page, a clean and simple biodata page using basic HTML text for structure and list. Okay, on to the second page, the account registration form. This is a typical form you will find on many websites. It has field for a name, student ID, email, gender, religion, and password. Now, for the code, the main element here is, of course, the form tag. I have warped all the input fields inside a field set, which draw a box around the elements and use a legend to give the box a title formula registration. Let's break down the input fields. For the name, I use input type text. I also added a new important attribute. Autofocus make a cursor automatically appear in this field when the page loads. Required mean the user cannot submit the form without filling it out. And placeholder give a hint about what to enter. For the student ID or name, it also a text input, but I've added a pattern attribute. This pattern requires the input to be exactly 9 digit long. This is a simple way to do form validation directly in HTML. For the email, I use input type email. Using the email type allow the browser to automatically check if the next entered is an valid email format. For gender, I use input type radio. The key things here is that both radio buttons have the same name attribute, which is GK. The answers that the user can only select one option, either male or female. Next, for Next, for region, I used a select element to create a drop-down list. Each item is the list is defined by an option text. And finally, for the password field, I use input type password. This type automatically hides the character as the user typed, which is essential for security. Next, for religion, I use a select element to create a drop-down list. Each item in the list is defined by an option text. And finally, for the password fields, I use input type password. This type automatically hides the characters as the user typed them, which is essential for security. The form ends with an input type submit, which creates the daftar or register button. So there you have it, a quick tour of my HTML lab report. We saw how the structure a static page with text, image, list, and table. And we also built a functional web form using different input types and attribute for basic validation. I hope this was a clear and helpful explanation. It was a great exercise to practice the fundamentals of HTML. See you on the next video. Bye bye.